8 reasons you should never chase women. Many men fall into the trap of believing that they must chase women to win their affection, but this is a recipe for disaster. It can not only make you feel insecure and desperate, but it can also completely turn women off. So, if you want to avoid the pitfalls of chasing women, you've come to the right place. So, if you are ready to end the chase and start attracting women who are genuinely interested in you, watch this video. We'll give you 8 reasons why you should never chase after a woman, but before we start, please press that red button to subscribe to our channel and comment "I've subscribed" so we can thank you. Chasing women sends the wrong message. Did you know that chasing after women always sends the wrong message to them? According to a survey by the dating website Match.com, more than 80% of women find it unappealing when a man pursues them too aggressively. This is because women want to feel as if they have a say in who they date. And when a man is constantly pursuing them, it can make them feel as though they don't. You'll be able to create a much more positive and respectful dynamic with the women you are interested in by taking a step back and letting things unfold naturally. Another interesting fact is that pursuing women can make you less attractive to them. Women prefer men who are confident and self-sufficient over men who appear needy or desperate. By refocusing your attention away from the chase and towards yourself, you will be able to become the type of man that women are naturally drawn to. Working on your self-esteem, pursuing your passions, and creating a fulfilling life for yourself appeals more to women than constantly chasing them. One classic example of how chasing after women can backfire is the guy who keeps texting a girl even when she isn't responding. This can come across as needy and desperate, making the girl less interested in him. On the other hand, if the guy steps back and waits for her to respond on her own time, he'll be much more likely to establish a positive and respectful dynamic with her. This does not mean playing hard to get or completely ignoring her. Rather, it means taking a more casual approach and allowing her to make her own decisions. It can come across as creepy. When you are in love, it's easy to get carried away and want to pursue them relentlessly. But here's the thing. Constantly chasing after women can be a huge turn-off and make them feel uneasy. So consider this. Pursuing someone who isn't interested can make you feel you are not respecting their boundaries or right to say no. And let's be honest, no one wants to feel unsafe or uneasy in any situation, let alone when dating. According to a survey by the dating app Hinge, more than half of women reported being uncomfortable by a man who pursued them too aggressively. So, how exactly does pursuing women come across as needy? Imagine a guy who keeps showing up in places where the girl he likes hangs out, even after she's made it clear that she's not interested. This can give her the impression that she is being stalked or followed, a serious breach of her boundaries. That's not the kind of attention any woman wants, believe me. It wastes a lot of time. When you chase women all the time, you're putting a lot of time and energy into something that may or may not work out. This can be frustrating and demoralizing, leaving you feeling like you've wasted your time. When a guy spends months or even years pursuing a woman who isn't interested, he may become frustrated and exhausted. This clearly indicates that chasing after women is a waste of time and that you should concentrate your efforts on women who are interested in getting to know you. So, to make the most of your time and increase your chances of finding a fulfilling relationship, you should know who you are pursuing and whether they are interested in you. This does not imply giving up on pursuing women entirely. Rather, it means being strategic and concentrating your efforts on women genuinely interested in getting to know you. You'll be able to make better use of your time and energy, and as a result, increasing your chances of finding a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It can damage your self-esteem. Your self-esteem suffers when you chase after women who aren't interested in you. Rejection can make you feel unattractive and unwanted, leading to feelings of insecurity and low self-worth. In fact, according to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, men who experienced more rejection from women had lower self-esteem and higher level of anxiety and depression. When a guy repeatedly puts himself out there only to be rejected, this is an example of how chasing after women can harm your self-esteem. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, as well as making him question his own worth as a person. So, if you want to protect your self-esteem and mental health, you should be aware of who you are pursuing and how that reacts to your advances. It's important to remember that rejection does not reflect your worth as a person, and that plenty of women out there would love to meet you. And it reminds me that a like to this video would boost our self-esteem exponentially, as it massively helps us with the algorithm. It can lead to unhealthy relationships. Now let's get back to the rest of the reasons. When you chase women, you may end up in an unhealthy relationship built on insecurity, desperation, and on imbalanced power dynamics. One example is when a guy is so desperate for a relationship that he settles for someone who doesn't treat him well or shares his values and interests. Because the two partners may have fundamentally different needs and desires, this can lead to a relationship with tension and unhappiness. Furthermore, pursuing women can sometimes result in a power dynamic in which one partner has greater control over the relationship than the other. This can lead to a toxic environment in which the less powerful partner feels manipulated or exploited. In contrast, the more powerful partner feels entitled or resentful. Finally, suppose you want a healthy and fulfilling relationship. In that case, you must approach dating and relationships with confidence, self-respect, and respect for others. This entails being clear about your values and priorities and spending time getting to know potential partners before entering into a relationship. Avoiding the trap of chasing after women and instead focusing on building strong connections based on mutual respect and shared interests. This will allow you to build a relationship based on healthy communication, trust, and mutual support. It can be emotionally draining. Chasing women can be emotionally draining, especially if you're putting in a lot of time, energy, and emotion to pursue someone who doesn't reciprocate your feelings. Take it from me, chasing after women is a dangerous game. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the hunt. Still, it's critical to recognize when your efforts aren't being met with enthusiasm or interest. Spending weeks or months attempting to persuade someone who isn't interested will leave you exhausted, frustrated, and even depressed. Not to mention the anxiety and insecurity that can accompany chasing after women. You might be wondering all the time if you're doing something wrong or if there's something about you that turns women off. A negative feedback loop can make you feel less attractive to women in the long run. But here's the thing, gentlemen, you don't have to pursue women to find love and happiness. Recognizing when it is appropriate to let go and move on is critical. Accepting rejection and directing your efforts towards women who are interested in you and willing to reciprocate your feelings can result in healthier and more fulfilling relationships. By doing so, you'll also be able to avoid the emotional roller coaster of chasing. You miss out on other opportunities. Chasing women can be all-consuming, and it's easy to become so focused on one person that you miss out on other opportunities. This is especially true if you are pursuing someone who isn't reciprocating your feelings, as it can lead to tunnel vision, in which you're only focused on this person and not open to other possibilities. For example, you may decline social invitations or pass up job opportunities because you are too preoccupied with pursuing this one woman. This can stifle professional and personal development because you're not exposing yourself to new experiences and opportunities. Furthermore, chasing women can narrow your dating pool because you may be so focused on one type of woman that you overlook other potential matches who may be better fitting for you. This especially is problematic if you're pursuing someone who isn't interested in you, because it can cause you to ignore signals from women who are interested in you and would be a better match. Finally, suppose you want to avoid missing out on other opportunities. In that case, you must maintain balance in your life and avoid becoming overly focused on any person or goal. This means being open to new experiences and opportunities and not letting the pursuit of one woman consume all of your time and energy. It is a sign of immaturity. And lastly, chasing women can signify immaturity because it is often motivated by a desire for validation or attention rather than a genuine desire to connect with someone. This is especially true if you are constantly pursuing women who aren't interested in you or who are unavailable, as it may imply that you're more interested in the chase than in building a relationship. Furthermore, chasing women can indicate a lack of emotional maturity, as it can lead to manipulative or controlling behaviors. For example, you could persuade a woman to date you or use emotional manipulation techniques to win her over. These behaviors are disrespectful to the woman you are pursuing and demonstrates a lack of respect for yourself and your own emotional well-being. Chasing women can also indicate a lack of self-awareness, implying you are out of touch with your needs and desires instead of reflecting on what you truly desire in a relationship and what you seek in a partner. You may be engaging in a series of impulsive behaviors that are not in your best interests. In conclusion, chasing women may appear to be a viable option when looking for love and companionship. Still, it can result in several negative outcomes that ultimately hinder your ability to form meaningful connections with others. Chasing women is not a sustainable or healthy approach to dating for various reasons, including sending the wrong message and harming your self-esteem and emotional well-being. Instead, focus on developing self-confidence and self-awareness so you can approach relationships with authenticity and respect. By being clear about your values and desires, you'll be better equipped to find partners who share your goals and interests, and you'll be less likely to engage in manipulative or harmful behaviors. So let us know in the comments below if you agree with us. And before you leave, do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more such videos.